As Health Secretary Francisco Duque faces the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, one lawmaker asks, shouldn't he be suspended by now? After the DOH, the Commission on Audit now flags OWWA for questionable purchases, including overpriced sanitary napkins bought at a construction firm. Metro Manila's current ECQ status expires tomorrow. Now everyone's question, will it be extended or not? An IATF advisor admits there is a need to ramp up the country's vaccination and testing efforts. And Olympic medalists finally get to see the fruits of their hard work, as promised by their donors. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. Senators criticized Health Secretary Francisco Duque after his emotional outburst against COA. One lawmaker is even calling for Duque's suspension over the mishandling of funds. Faith Del Mundo with a report.
Lawmakers called out Duque's claim that the Commission on Audit destroyed the health department's reputation after its flagged deficiency in handling 67 billion pesos in COVID funds.
Sorry, Secretary Duque, I do not agree with your statement na winarat kayo. Ginawa ng COA ang tungkulin nila at kayo ay may pagkakataon na sumagot.
Lahat po tayo dito ay halos walang tulog. Hindi po ito pa-contest kung sinong ahensya ang mas may maraming ginagawa.
For Senator Grace Poe, shouldn't Duque face suspension over the alleged deficiencies? Poe recalled that last year Ombudsman Samuel Martirez ordered the preventive suspension of 8 PhilHealth executives and 5 DOH officials over fund-related offenses.
Shouldn't Secretary Duque be suspended by now if we are going to apply the same judgment as what happened to the PhilHealth executives? Mr. President, it's very simple, Mr. Chair. Ito po ay hindi lamang kapabayaan. Sabi nga ng isa, ito po ay kriminal.
Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon also noted that the 775 million pesos for special risk allowance in active hazard duty pay under Bayanihan 1 went unobligated. As member of Filipino Nurses United even lamented unfulfilled benefits. But Duque argued only frontliners who directly attend to COVID-19 patients are entitled to receive allowances and hazard pay.
Hindi po pwedeng basta't magbigay lang po tayo. So, kailangan dahil talagang validated ng ating pong mga medical center chiefs na talagang sila ay nangalaga direktamente ng mga COVID patients.
Ayon po sa mga nurses na nagpahayag po sa amin, kahit po sila ay nag-cater sa COVID patients, sila po ay hindi nakatanggap.
Senators questioned Duque's reasoning.
We are assuming that COVID respects no boundaries, respects nobody. Kung madaanan mo, tepo ka, lalo na itong mga bagong variant.
We agree, and my problem, Mr. Chairman, is that the resources, once shared across many more individuals or healthcare workers, baka naman walang impact yung kanilang makukuha.
Senator Franklin Drilon was quick to hit back at Duque's excuse that the problem lies with funding.
And just to put it in context, in our research, Mr. Chairman, 24 billion of the COVID funds have not been spent by the DOH. That's in my research. It could be more, but at least 24 billion for COVID-19 funds was not spent by the DOH, including those for hazard pay, etc. But that's 24 billion.
Senator suggested for the DOH to use up its savings to provide benefits, something Duque agreed to. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
Meanwhile, the House inquiry on the Health Department's core report has been postponed. House Committee on Public Accounts Chairman and Provinciano Ako Party List Representative Bonito Singson says this postponement was on the request of Health Secretary. The hearing will continue tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. instead. Commission on Audit continues fulfilling its mandate to examine how each government agency uses its funds. This time it flagged the OWWA over its questionable purchases that included buying sanitary napkins from a construction firm. JC Cosico with the details.
The Commission on Audit has called out the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration over its questionable purchase of various items amounting to over 1.2 million pesos. In its 2020 audit report, COA said that these expenditures involved hygiene kits worth 970,000 pesos. It was revealed that OWWA bought sanitary napkins at 10 to 35 pesos per pad from the MRCJP Construction and Trading. 50 thermal scanners were also purchased at around 3,000 pesos each, but prices online are only at around 400 to 800 pesos. News 5 visited the area in Pasay City where the MRCJP construction firm supposedly stands. But to our surprise, the address indicated in the COA report is a residential area.
Ang alam ko, diyan sila talaga nakatira. Pero ang alam ko, lumipat na sila. Parang year na, taon na eh.
Company co-owner Joan Blanco has confirmed that the transaction happened in May 2020.
I think that was around 900 plus thousand pesos.
Yes, confirm naman. Nakipag-transact kami sa kanila for the supply and delivery ng hygiene kits.
She also clarified they're not a hardware store but a trading company.
We do trading online and offline.
Ano yung mga products po na binibenta po?
Medyo madami kaming products na binibente. May mga alcohol, then yung mga scanners, yung dispensers, office supplies.
Aside from the purchase of hygiene kits, COA found that OWWA spent 300,000 pesos on snacks and bottled water from a caterer in Tandangsora, Quezon City. Kakdak said that Deputy Administrator Faustino Sabadas III, the officer in charge behind the transactions, will be given a chance to explain and liquidate the expenditure.
He was authorized to purchase the supplies, but he must also account for the purchases. So ito yun, ang suggestion ko is patience and understanding.
Kakdak also said that the funds were sourced from the General Appropriations Act and not the OWWA Trust Fund. The OWWA administrator has also cleared Deputy Administrator Mocha Uson from any involvement in this code isolated transaction. News 5, JC Cosico, We Are One News.
Businessmen are warning of possible detrimental effects of the ECQ on the economy. Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry Acting President Edgardo Lacson calls lockdowns a, quote, reckless solution against COVID-19. He adds that the Philippines should try to recharge the economy as the country is looking at the worst third and fourth quarters.
But with the continuing specter of lockdown, which we are experiencing right now, the third and the fourth quarter looks gloomier than expected. Give our economy a chance to rebuild, recharge, by avoiding lockdown as the quickie and reckless solutions.
On the other hand, frontline healthcare workers want to extend the lockdown. Speaking to 1PH sa Totoo Lang, Philippine College of Physicians President Dr. Maricar Limpin said that many healthcare workers are calling for a lockdown extension, as hospitals are full right now. But she adds that in case the government does not extend ECQ, all other precautions, such as border controls and social distancing, must be strictly implemented.
Pinag-uusapan namin yung lockdown, no, marami doon sa mga colleagues namin sa emergency room, sinasabi nila sana magtuloy-tuloy, ituloy pa yung lockdown. As somebody na in government and then also looking at the economic impact, no, I think we have to wait things and we just wait doon sa desisyon ng ating national government kung itutuloy ba itong lockdown.
Intensified lockdowns may be imposed in lieu of the extension of ECQ if both testing and vaccinations are ramped up. That's according to Special Interagency Task Force Advisor Ted Herbosa in an interview with One News on Wednesday. Herbosa explained that testing must be increased to as much as 120,000 per day to identify positive cases and isolate them properly. However, he admitted that if the health sector is taken into consideration, extending hard lockdowns in the metro is still the best way to go.
I speak medically, I'd go for a continued ECQ. But of course, the IATF, which is an interagency task force, looks also at other things like the ayuda, the continued ECQ would cost money. So are we going to allow our economics to balance? So it's a balance between health and economics, and it's really a hard balancing act.
After having completed their quarantine period, our Olympic medalists are finally set to see the fruits of their hard work firsthand. Lino Lavario with the story.
The street in Tagaytay will soon be known as the Olympic Lane, a fitting name for a street where the houses of Olympic medalists will soon rise. The houses for boxers Nesty Patesio, Yumir Marshall, and Carlo Paalam are expected to be finished by November.
Akala ko nga na naginip lang po ako para dito sa kanila po, tsaka makaahon na din sa hirap po.
Yung dating wala po kaming permanenteng bahay, nakikitira lang sa trapal lang ilalim, sa puno ng rambutan lang po. Ngayon po, masasabi kong, grabe, may sariling bahay na po ako, kami ng pamilya ko.
As for Golden Girl Heidelin Diaz, her brand new house is already ready for occupancy. And what's a new house without a new ride? Heidelin also received a brand new photon van. As for the boxing team, Nesty received a Cherry SUV. Carlo was given a Photon utility cab to help his family start a small business, while the automotive company also rewarded Yumir with 300,000 pesos. As the Olympians continue to reap the fruits of their hard work, they can't help but be overwhelmed during the Thanksgiving Mass at the Our Lady of Lourdes Parish in Tagaytay.
Ito, unbelievable pa rin pagpapanalo. Tapos nakauwi ako for after 19 months. Then, ngayon I have to admit na nanalo ako sa Olympics. Yung tagumpay namin ay tagumpay nating na mga Pilipino.
Kanina nga, kausap ko yung wife ko. Sabi ko, totoo na ba to? Totoo bang may medal ako sa Olympic? Totoo ba tong blessing na to?
Once their commitments in Metro Manila are done, they will go back to their hometowns to celebrate with their families. But for Heidelin, it's back to work as she's set to return to Malaysia next month in preparation for the World Championships in Lima, Peru in November.
My goal kami ang Team HD and my goal ako na maglaro. So I have to focus and do my best in training.
For News 5, Lynn Olivario, we are One News.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again later at 10 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.